Hey vinyl community, it's me Mitch coming back at you with a long overdue video. This mostly was prompted by a shout out that my friend Billy Hurst gave me in his Vinyl Tag 2020 video. And it's been quite a busy week around here. I haven't had time to sit down and really formulate my own answers for the Vinyl Tag this year yet. So I decided that I would just do a big kind of recent finds video, if you will, just of everything that I've added since my last video, which was a couple of months ago, maybe 3 months ago now. This year I've been really focusing on audiophile pressings, Japanese pressings. In a later update I might show you guys, and also right up here, bought a SA-CD player this year. So I've been kind of collecting some Super Audio CDs. But yeah, let's just jump in. Like I said, this will be everything I've added to the collection since my last video, which is quite a lot. I'm assuming this video is going to be pretty long. My birthday is the day after Christmas, so between having a big family and everybody being super generous with Christmas, it's easy for me to kind of ask for a lot of records around the holidays, and on top of that, I've just been able to be fortunate enough to add a lot of Japanese pressings to the collection over the last quarter of this year, and so I've got a big pile of those to show you guys too. Anyway, without further ado, let's just jump in. So first one here is Holiday by Magnetic Fields. My favorite store here in Kansas City right now is called Sister Ann's. It's about a year old. It's a half coffee shop, half record store. Both the guys who own it and work there have been working in record stores for decades. Jim, one of the owners, also has over 15 years of experience in the coffee world. So this is a really fun place to hang out, grab a really high quality cup of coffee, and dig around. And Jim has gotten me into Magnetic Fields this year. Well, I should say 2019. The Magnetic Fields were my most listened to my most listened to band on Spotify in 2019. This record, I'm not super familiar with their catalog years yet. This is a not so recent reissue, but they're still in print. I picked this one up because it's got a couple of my favorite songs so far, which would be Strange Powers and Take Ecstasy With Me. Along the same theme, I've got The Charm of the Highway Strip. Both of those albums, I think, came out really close to each other, and so I just kind of picked up both of them because they had them around at Sister Ann's. This one, my favorite on here, is probably Born on a Train. Sorry for the glare, guys. That black cover is kind of hard to catch. And then everything else from here forward would be kind of more on the audiophile pressings side. This is obviously Jimi Hendrix, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, Axis Bold as Love. It's a mono edition. This doesn't have the hype sticker that the Hendrix Estate reissues typically come with for some reason, but long story short, this one, like I said, it's in mono. Plated and pressed at Quality Record Pressings in Salina, Kansas, aka Acoustic Sounds, aka Analog Productions, and it was cut from the original tapes by Bernie Grunman, so not quite the ultra high quality record pressing of this guy, but I'm excited to crack into it and see how she sounds. Next up, we got Ted Nugent's Self-Titled. This, in case you can't tell by the hype stickers there, is a Analog Productions 200 gram half-speed remastered reissue. Super stoked to have this one. Another Analog Productions ad. We've got the smoker you drink, the player you get by the good old Joel Walsh. I had to look at the front to make sure I got that tongue twister of a title correct. But, man, if you guys are into audiophile pressings and haven't checked out Analog Productions, their packaging, their quality control, the weight of the vinyl, the quality of the vinyl, and their mastering process, just the whole package here rivals, if not bests, Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs in my opinion. So I've been trying to keep an eye on what they release and pick up the ones that sound fun to own. So this one, happy to have it in the collection. Next up, we've got the Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs original master recording of Pretender self-titled. I have this one, as you'll see later, on the MoFi SACD as well, and I haven't cracked the vinyl open yet, but if it sounds anything like the SACD, I'm sure this one sounds fantastic. They did a really good job. Here's the original master recording of Supertramp's Breakfast in America. This one they did in like '79 as well. This of course is like the newer cut. I also have this one on SACD, and man, it sounds really good. This isn't like the best recorded album of all time or anything. There's some semblance issues and other stuff, but you're not gonna find me complaining listening to the MoFi remaster of this album. Next up, this is Simon & Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. This is, I don't know if you guys can see that. By the way, this is my first time recording a video with a new phone, so hopefully the video quality and sound quality is good. This is my first Mobile Fidelity, I guess they call them a silver label series, so still half-speed mastered, still heavyweight vinyl, but I guess not exactly from the original analog master tapes. Super excited to have picked this one up. This was a fantastic album from front to back for me, and so I'm excited to put it on the turntable. Last up of the audiophile pressings is this big heavy bad boy. Still, I've opened this, but I put the shrink wrap back on because I have a hard time finding sleeves or bags big enough for these box sets. So if you guys have any tips on that, just let me know. But anyway, this is the Analog Productions Blood, Sweat, and Tears Bloodline box set. This contains the first 4 Blood, Sweat, and Tears album on half-speed mastered 200-gram reissue. All right, you guys, so here we go on this it's just a ridiculous size pile of records in front of me. So just quick shout out to Billy Hurst for doing a lot of the legwork on helping me get a really high quality source for Japanese pressings. Billy, thank you so much for helping me out. We've been just really focused on Japanese stuff this year. I've been trying to tighten up the collection. A lot of these pressings kind of are upgrades / replacements to just typical US pressings. And so as these come in, I've been tending to get rid of or sell the US counterparts just to kind of fund the transition over to more fun stuff to collect for me, which is the Japanese stuff. Before we dive in here, just a word of warning or an ask for some grace here. The seller that I get these from does a lot of record shows, and so he puts some price tag stickers and these like Japanese flag stickers, and then another third sticker on these sleeves that show the date of the pressing or maybe some special info. I've tried to either get them off, or if I haven't had time to take the stickers off, I've turned the jacket around so you guys can't see them. But forgive me for some of the stickers still being on here if I end up showing them, but let's get started. This one is AC/DC Flick of the Switch, which actually I think I already showed once. Yeah, so anyway, sorry about that. I showed this in my last video. Been really trying to focus on AC/DC stuff, Japanese-wise. So, apologize for the reshow. I grabbed all three of these out of the collection and must have not noticed that one. Anyway, AC/DC Who Made Who. This is original Japanese pressing on a promotional white label. So promo pressing, really clean, really fun to have. Here we've got AC/DC's High Voltage. It's another original Japanese pressing. Aerosmith Rocks. I guess I don't need to tell you guys every single one of these is original. I try to keep them Japanese OGs complete with all the inserts and posters and stuff, and of course the obi. If there's any exceptions here, I'll just highlight for you guys, but I'll try to get through these fairly quickly. Aerosmith Rocks again. Got Night in the Ruts. Bootleg Live, or Live Bootleg, depending on who you're talking to. Super pumped on this one. It's really clean. It's got the poster. Bad Company Straight Shooter. Black Sabbath Technical Ecstasy, original Japanese pressing, courtesy of the one and only Billy Hurst. Thanks, buddy. This is a Christmas present from Billy. This is Black Sabbath Mob Rules. This one is a 1983 reissue. This is my birthday present from Billy, so thanks, Billy. Really pumped on this one. David Bowie, Let's Dance. Cheap Trick's debut. Cheap Trick Dream Police. Christmas present from my wife. Depeche Mode, Black Celebration. This one's really awesome. It's got a really cool textured cover. Dio, Holy Diver. Super pumped on this one. Trying to stick to classic rock and metal stuff off the bat just to kind of knock out some grails, but try to, when it comes to Japanese stuff, I kind of, the rule of the time to buy it is when you see it definitely applies. So Fleetwood Mac, self-titled. I bought Fleetwood Mac Rumors a couple of years ago, so I was really pumped on adding that. Now I just got to look out for Tusk. So there's one of the stickers I couldn't get off, but here we have Judas Priest's Killing Machine, also known as Hellbent for Leather in the US. This one has an additional OB strip. Some of them don't have these. This is kind of a really cool OB telling the Japanese market that Judas Priest is coming to tour in 1979. Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love. Super pumped on building my Motley Crue Japanese collection. It's almost done. Got a couple more titles to show you guys, and I think I showed Shout Out to Devil in my last video. So there's Too Fast for Love. Here's Theater of Pain. Then this is probably the gem of my Motley Crue collection right now. This is called The Best of Motley Crue, 1982 to 1987, for the girls, girls, girls all around the world. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is not for sale right here. This is a Japanese only, promo only, kind of greatest hits comp to help boost radio play. It was given to radio stations only in Japan. Did not come with an obi because it's a Japanese original release, so there's Japanese all over the back of the jacket here. But yeah, really cool piece that pretty hard to find. I was super pumped that my wife got a hold of Billy to get a hold of our Japanese record guy. So Billy, it's another one I can thank you for. This is, I believe this one might be, I don't think it's not, forgive me, not still sealed, but definitely a really clean copy of Look What the Cat Dragged In by Poison. I like those cap style obies a lot, go across the top of the record. Here's Police, Every Breath You Take, the singles, again with like a tour kind of obi edition there, really fun. Here comes, I don't know if I had talked about this at this time last year, but one of my big focuses was going to be Japanese stuff at the end of last year. I remember stating that in a video, which obviously I've been focusing pretty hard on, but one of the artists I really wanted to complete was Queen. So I've got a boatload of Queen coming at you here. This, of course, is Night at the Opera, followed by News of the World. There's Jazz. This is actually my second copy of Jazz, complete with the poster. The Game. Got Hot Space here. Love that pink obi. The Works. Sorry for these loud sleeves too, by the way, guys. Kind of Magic. I'm really stoked on this. This is Live Killers. It's original Japanese. This one is one disc is on translucent red and the other one is translucent green. Queen's Greatest Hits. This is another really rad Christmas present for my wife. This is Ramones' Rocket to Russia, original pressing from Japan, 1978. I knew that my guy had this, but I kind of skipped over it when I first saw it because it doesn't have the obi. But man, this is a really, really minty copy, and this is not an easy record to find, you guys. Not even in Japan. So I was looking after I got this for Christmas. I did some research, and like I said, it's really, really hard to find and pretty impossible to find with the obi for some reason. I hope to find a copy with the obi someday, and maybe do that thing where you just snag a lesser conditioned copy with a nice obi and kind of Frankenstein them together and create a really great copy of this. But man, I'm pumped to have this for right now for sure. Paul Simon, Still Crazy After All These Years. Original Japanese pressing of Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak. Van Halen 1. Showed you guys Van Halen 2 last video. I thought I'd be able to complete my Van Halen collection faster than I have been, but some of their later stuff is proving kind of hard for me to get a hold of. So, but Billy, I know you're complete, and I think Melinda is complete too, so I'm coming for you guys. We've got Wings, Band on the Run. Wings Over America. And last but certainly not least, Paul McCartney. Give my regards to Broad Street. So I was really pumped to add a few of Paul McCartney's solo stuff to the collection. Man, thank you guys for being patient with that kind of big dump of what I've picked up over the last couple of months. I hope it was interesting for you guys. It was fun to show it off. So anyway, hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season and is having a kick-ass start to their new year. And I'm sure I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.